Welcome to Cigar Audit. Matt, Edward, and Mateo here to review the Graycliff Heritage. We were recently at Cigar Fest, the show in Pennsylvania, and we believe this is a show special since this size does not exist anywhere on the internet. So what does your cigar look like, sir? I'll start with you, Mateo.
It's brown.
Brown.
And
Chocolatey? Chocolate brown? Milk chocolate?
Sure.
Sure.
It's got a loose foot.
Very shaggy foot.
Yeah.
Very shaggy foot.
And that's about it.
What about you, Ed? Do you see anything different?
Did you measure it? What is the size?
This is a 7-inch by, I think this is a 50 gauge. Because it's not something that's actually produced or mass produced that I can find, I'm pretty sure it's about a 50 or 52 gauge, but it definitely 7-inch. I did measure it, but I would say about a ½ inch is shag foot. So,
Are all Graycliffs made in Nassau, Bahamas?
they are. It's a Bahamian, maker, and this particular cigar has tobacco from everywhere. Let's see, I'll pull it up. Tobacco from Costa Rica, Ecuador, Honduras, and Nicaragua. So supposedly it's aged, but we have no idea how long because they won't tell us. But I get a little bit of a leathery smell to it. I'm just getting over a cold, so I'm hoping that these fine gentlemen will keep me on track with what I smell and taste.
It's a very good draw, especially for something that long.
Yeah.
The shag, I haven't smoked many shag foots. I don't know if that tends to have a more
Usually
open
more
draw.
open. As long as
It's not too open.
I'm getting kind of woody notes. I don't know if you guys get the same thing. I like, woody notes. I'm just saying. But I would say it's actually more open than moderate, so that's pretty open draw. Well, so far, my light off the shaggy foot, I'm getting maybe leather and nuttiness. What are you getting from that?
Just a dry wood type of, not sure if it's more of a cedar or pine type.
Getting a little bit of woodiness to it, yeah. Now these are supposed to be full-bodied sticks, and I will say for the most part, Graycliffs have been medium to me. They're not very full-bodied to me, so I'm interested to see if this really is a full-bodied cigar.
On the retro hill, there's almost a bit of pepper.
Yep, black pepper and white pepper. On the finish, I get, I would say, some sweet spices with maybe even a little bit of cayenne pepper on the very back of my throat. I think I'm getting it's a woodiness and a nuttiness for the most part. That's what a little bit of leather.
Yeah, as I picked the wrapper, it definitely has changed.
What do you get more of when you hit the wrapper?
Capping your ass
Capping my ass?
if you hit the wrapper.
Okay. How?
Getting a little more spice as the wrapper came into play. I'm not tasting as much of the leather as more of the wood tones.
Yep.
And it's mild to me.
I'd say
Very
that's
smooth, though, just in the medium range for me anyway.
yeah, actually the retro ale, even though you can taste pepper, it's smooth.
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
if you're
not
getting any burn at all. I'm not.
No, that's
Yeah, I got a little floral note out of there. It's kind of interesting. But so far, it's a very, I think, a very smooth and well blended cigar upon first light. So we'll get further down into this cigar once we finish the first third. We'll tell you how it progresses.
they can technically lick my ball sack.
And on that note, welcome back! Welcome back to Cigar Audit. Matt, Edward, and Mateo here to review the Graycliff Heritage. So Ed, your first third, how has it been?
It's a pleasant cigar. As I hit the wrapper, things started to change. I'm getting a spice that I can't. I mean, there is some pepper in there, but there's another spice. It's a heavier spice, but not. It's more of a sweeter spice.
I think I'd get clove.
I can't really put my palate on it.
Okay.
But
Well, can you put your palate on?
but yeah, I mean, it's had a couple of changes. The flavors sort of are woven together, blended nicely, and then every so often one becomes more prominent, and then it goes into the background, and then the other one becomes more prominent.
Yeah, I would agree. What about you, Mateo?
It's very good. I've had no issues with it so far. Good draw, haven't had to relight. The burn is starting to get a little bit uneven right now.
Yeah, I see yours is.
But it's treated me well so far. It started off with sort of a dry wood and a little bit of nuttiness, and then as I got into the wrapper, it became more floral. The retrohale started off with pepper notes, but now it's heavily floral for me.
Yeah, I would agree on both notes. I'm getting all of those flavors. I'm getting some of those sweet spices. The very beginning, I think it was a little stronger as far as the spice is concerned, but it's died down. Had that nutty woodiness, and now it's transitioned into more like a leathery. Even occasionally, you get a little hint of cream, which is nice, but you also get floral notes, especially to the retrohale. It's very strong to the retrohale. But for me, the retrohale has been very smooth, and I've noticed, I smoked a cigar last night, and I'm getting over a cold, and I noticed that last night, the retrohale, I seem to be more sensitive to it, so for this to be smooth and still be getting over a cold is pretty impressive. But I'm getting that sweet spice that you're talking about, for me, is clove with a little bit of black pepper. And my burn is razor sharp. I mean, it's pretty amazing. I'll definitely put a picture up, but razor sharp burn.
Wonky.
Yeah.
Not bad,
But I will
Mine's
say,
all cattywampus.
I would say these are definitely fuller bodied than most Graycliffs I've had. I don't know if I'd say full body. It's definitely not full body, but it's just above medium for me.
The strength has gotten a little stronger as it's gone down.
And the smoke is abundant, and it's got a good smell to it. So far, so good. I'm enjoying this. Can't wait to see if I get more transitions, but already I have two different profiles, so let's see how it goes. We'll be back to see how it progresses.
Right after this video of dogs wearing hats with a wide-angle lens.
Indeed.
And boners.
Welcome back to Cigar Audit. Matt, Edward, and Mateo here to review the Graycliff Heritage. So we're some of us are moving into towards our last third here, but Mateo is
Got a little bit left.
he's nubbing it almost already. All right. So what have you seen or tasted from your cigar, sir?
I think it has really become mild, and a lot of the notes I think have kind of gone away. Just tastes like straight tobacco to me now. The floral notes have subsided for the most part. It's a good smooth smoke still. It's tasty.
Yeah.
I think a lot of those notes are going away.
Now, when you say that you're just getting mainly tobacco flavor, are you getting any leather tastes at all? I mean, is there anything mixing with the tobacco, or is it just straight tobacco?
It's still kind of sweet, but I can't really put my finger on any particular notes.
I think it's mellowed out a little bit. I'm still getting a little bit of the spice, but it's muted.
Mm-hmm.
The retro hail I just did brought some floral notes back.
Yep. Yeah, I'm getting I think it has died down quite a bit, but I'm definitely getting floral notes still. Mine has become more leathery with tobacco. But the sweet spices, I mean, a lot of that spiciness on the finish has really died down. So the finish isn't very long, and it is kind of just a leathery tobacco on the finish. But if you draw and draw through both the nose and the mouth at the same time, I think you get a nice blend. But my construction is awesome. I know yours is off a little bit, but mine is razor sharp and drawn perfectly. And Ed's looks pretty good too. So I'm hoping that as I get down into this a little bit more than the last third here, that I'll get a nice transition of something else, maybe citrusy or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm enjoying it nonetheless. So we'll get further down. Matt will burn his fingers, and we'll see how the cigar progresses.
And now, please enjoy this random panda moment.
Put your wrist through the thing.
Those pandas get me every time.
You chode. Welcome back to Cigar Audit. Matt, Mateo, and Edward here to finish up the Graycliff Heritage. So Matt, you have been done for some time now.
Yes.
So how was your last third?
I don't remember. It's been probably 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, it was very good. The last third, from the end of the second third and most of the last third, I didn't really have any particular notes until I got towards the very end and on retro hail. There was a peppery spice again.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting that now.
Overall, it was a very, very good cigar.
Very smooth.
Yeah.
What about you, your last third, Ed?
It's the same thing. The spice came back. Now that I'm down, it's going away now. But there's a couple of transitions. Smooth cigar. The spice is not overpowering on the retro hail, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get that real burn like you can on some others.
Yeah, I'd say it's very smooth. And did you guys notice at the end you get a little earthiness as opposed to leather or tobacco? Getting any earthy? Because I'm getting a little bit of that now. No?
I
You can't remember.
I can't
It was so long ago.
It was.
Yeah, a little bit of earthiness here at the end. I'm getting the same thing, more spice. The retro hail is still smooth, so I'm not really getting any burn. The construction's great, at least for my cigar. You can see there, it's, I don't know if you can see it, but it's burning razor sharp, good ash, good draw. Nothing to really complain about. I actually got some citrus notes here and there, some creamy notes. You had said at some point you had got some creamy notes.
I believe that was in the beginning of the last third. I started to get a little bit of cream.
So like 40 minutes ago.
Yes.
Yeah, you had some.
I'm trying to remember. I don't know.
But I think overall it's a very good cigar. It has improved my opinion of Graycliff recently, since it's been a cigar that I haven't gone to because I've had so many construction issues with the different labels. So Ed, would you rate this cigar? I'm putting you number one. Could you rate this cigar, sir?
I think I'm going to give it about a 93.
Okay. I'm gonna laugh because I'm not gonna tell you what my number.
Well, I was thinking of a 94, but I figured you'd go 94, so I gotta go 93. So
Okay.
So you can go one better.
What were you gonna do, sir?
95.
Cinco?
95.
Yeah, so 95.
95, yes.
Very nice.
Yes, indeed.
Well, as in typical cigar audit fashion, I'm going to go one higher than Ed, and I'm going to go a 94. I could argue, maybe if I'm not coming off a cold, I might actually rate it better, but it seems to be very flavorful. The retro hail is one of the better retro hails I've had in a cigar in probably this year. It's just a great retro hail, floral notes and some spice. You know, if the finish was a little better, I think the finish was better in the first third than it was the rest of the cigar. I don't know if you guys felt that too.
I would
Now, I want to say it is a pricey cigar,
Yeah,
so
so value,
there are others I think that are better and the same price point or a little bit cheaper.
yeah, because this price point, you're talking about Padron 26.
Yeah,
I mean, you're talking an expensive cigar.
and we really don't know what this would be because it's a size that you typically
Very true.
cannot buy.
Very true. I think they have what they call the Pirate. That's a Graycliff term, which is kind of a Toro size. So that's the largest size that they provide, which I think is a 6x50 or 6x52. So I think this cigar is definitely representative of the larger size that Graycliff offers, and it was very well balanced. Would you guys agree the balance was great? I would say, but for value, I would agree with you. Would I rather have a Padron 1926? Yes, just not in Lancero. I was not a fan of the Padron Lancero, but I've had some of the others.
Is it a 26
It was a
Lancero?
26 Lancero, and I did
Really?
not like it.
I haven't seen that.
But I do like the other Padron 96, the Padron 26. So we have the full range, 95, 94, 93, so I guess I'll be the median and the average.
Mean, medium, mode, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I'm everything at the 94, but I think it's a great cigar. Thank you. I think it's a great cigar. I would say if you can get it on sale, it's probably worth the money. If they're going to charge you $30 for this cigar, I don't know if I would spend $30 on it. But I'll look at the box numbers and see if I'll put it on the text review and see if the box prices are more reasonable. So, all in all, a great cigar. So, thank you for watching. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Give us a thumbs up on YouTube. And don't forget to check out CigarAudit.com.
Stay classy, bitches.
Exactly. No MT this time? We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.